God watches over us. Whenever you don't have the strength, you don't have to fight alone. Get it off your chest and say, I know He guides me. I know He guides me. I know He guides me.
Ain't no flesh is too emotional and isn't to be trusted. I done see some friendly fire that left me disgusted. I done made mistakes as well and had to make adjustments. Used to drown myself in liquor, 20 blunts for me to function. Falling for the tricks the devil set up for destruction. Lusting for these worldly things that
Yeah. Welcome again to another episode of the Jump Podcast. And we got a crazy show today. Oh, my teeth only came out. I can't believe that. Let me introduce this podcast. No one's safe. And here we go.
led us to corruption. That daily bread provided structure. Now I move reluctant to former things I entertain, but down the drain I flush them. Through the pain, we became accustomed. Sending brothers to the grave. Strange, we don't feel nothing. I'ma change the game. I hate with Christ and drown him with this loving. Love your brother like yourself and put nothing above it. Stick to his commandments, faithful, grateful for the covenant. Life and death are in the tongue, be mindful with discussions. Calculated, ain't no rushing. Every move has repercussions. We seek righteousness and justice. Walk in peace, not with the ruckus. Vigilant and sober, knowing.
Yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jump Podcast. We got another episode up in here. And we want to apologize for yesterday's technical difficulties. But you know, things happen in the world. And it's just crazy. But we here at it. We're going to go for the second round. And this time, it's Pit Bulls against the Chihuahua. That's right. This episode, Relationship Chaos. Let's introduce and let's bring into the panel right now my co-host. What up, Dada? What's going on with you?
What's going on? I'm just trying to figure out who's the Chihuahuas and who's the Pit Bulls.
We're the Pit Bulls against a bunch of Chihuahuas. That's all I got to say. No one says.
Oh, it's gonna be one hell of a show today.
That's right. I'm feeling energized. I'm feeling hype. And you know, they don't call me Jumpstart for nothing. So I'm about to bring it. I hope you're going to bring it. I know you're going to bring it. And our guests are going to bring it. But before we start anything, I want to say something. There was a whole bunch of active tornadoes last week that destroyed Texas, destroyed St. Louis, and kept on destroying. This is the season where Tornado Alley is really active, but they say now it's starting to shift a little more to the east. So we got to see and we got to pray that it doesn't go too much because, you know, Florida got hurricane season coming up.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, my brother. Yesterday, there was tornadoes that touched down here in Pembroke Pines, and it came out of nowhere. So times are getting hot. Waters are hot.
It's getting hotter.
Let's just be prepared for this hurricane. Wherever you are on the East Coast, Florida, please start preparing now because the waters are hot. And when the waters are hot, it's when the biggest hurricanes come. And we haven't had a Hurricane Andrew in quite some time.
And I know people are going to say, well, how do you prepare yourself for a tornado? Easily. Listen to the radio. Take the advisory. Those things are not something you can just close the door and be like, okay, it's going to go away. You don't never know. Don't play with Mother Nature. When they say run for shelter, go to shelter. Don't play around. Don't play around.
Yeah.
But either way, our condolences to everybody who was affected from those tornadoes. And please, hurricane season is coming up. Tornadoes and hurricane seasons is coming up. So prepare yourself. Be warned. Mm-hmm. Be careful.
Absolutely.
You know. And I've got a special guest coming up. We got two special guests. It's gonna be 5 minutes today.
Two?
We got, those things. So let's introduce our first our first one coming up, and it is my sister. What up, Charm? What's going on with you, girl?
What's going on? What's going on? Look, hold on. So let me say something real quick. So I was backstage, but this is
Uh-oh.
my first time on this podcast. So I was backstage and I was listening, and I was back there talking more ish than a little bit because I thought you could hear me, especially when you called us chihuahuas, right? So
Right?
I was like, wait a minute, and I was back there quiet
No!
because hold on, because I thought you could hear me, but you couldn't hear me. But it's okay, big dog. I'm a lion. You have
That
now
part.
entered
Listen,
the
listen,
Both of
lion's
us.
den. You have let the
listen,
lion in the
listen,
chat.
You're
Yes,
in the
sir.
listen.
lion's den
When
right
I
now. I'm just saying.
when I said when I said pit bulls versus chihuahuas, what I meant was pit bulls. We are all pit bulls on this platform. Guest
Mm.
and host and host and producer were all pit bulls. The rest of them are a bunch of chihuahuas. They know who I'm talking about. They know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
They want to know.
Okay.
I like how you
But you
did
want to
that.
be a lion, you can be a lion. You want to be a
I'm a
lion, you
lion.
can be a lioness.
Now
A
that
I'm a
you
lion.
lioness.
clarified, we're okay with your
I'm okay now.
explanation.
Okay.
Yeah,
We good.
we good.
You know what? I got that button waiting because coming to the stage, y'all, it is my brother from another mother. And I gotta do this for him because he is explosive. He is definitely explosive. And here is my brother. Go! Money, life, business. I'm gonna call him money, life, business. Because
Back
that's
to
what he
what you
put
was
on
just
his
saying.
thing.
Okay.
Money, life, business. What
It's
up, bro? What's going on?
it's Kobe. Y'all can't see me right now because of my camera. I'm having camera issues, but we're not going to stop the show because of that. And back to the Chihuahuas. Y'all Chihuahuas about to get it. I don't care what he want to be.
That's right.
He wants to
That's
be
right.
politically correct. You Chihuahuas are going to get it. I'm not him.
That's right. See,
So
that's what
he
I
was
needed
just
Kobe to
playing it
hype me
safe.
up.
So Kobe, you're
Listen,
saying that he was just playing it safe because he was scared that he was here by himself in the lion's den. Now
Now
you've
he got
entered the
backup.
lion's den. Okay, because you got it. Okay, now I see who needs the backup. The Chihuahua needs the backup. Certainly. Mm.
hey, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. This is gonna be an exploding episode here. So
Sure is.
relationship chaos has just started. So let me ask y'all ladies a question. And Kobe, I know you're gonna have my back on this. What causes relationship chaos and why doesn't it last for a very long time in a relationship?
Mm.
Wait, could you fix that? Because when you answer who starts relationship chaos, it does last in the relationship until the relationship is over because of the people that started. But I need you to clarify that, please. Because you said at
Okay.
the end of that, and how's it, that last part. Clarify it a little bit so we can have something to talk about, please.
Who starts the chaos in a relationship? The men or the women? Whose fault it is when the breakups happen?
I don't think you can say. I think that's going to be.
That's a
That's
general. That's a general
yeah,
because that's up in the air. That's not a specific because either one could be to blame.
yeah. That's individually based, like on the relationship. I don't think you can say men or women in that. That's just individual relationships.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you agree? Do you agree with that, Kobe? Do you agree that the what the women are saying right now about the relationships?
I'm
That,
gonna
to me,
be
it sounds like
totally
they're trying to blame us.
no. I'm gonna totally um be honest at this. I'm not saying this just for the radio or the YouTube or live. I totally wholeheartedly know, not believe, know that it is the man's fault. It's always the man's fault. You know why? because we are the leaders. We are the dictators slash benevolent rulers in the relationship. Therefore, if something goes wrong, it's on us. It's not even. It's not an equivocal thing. It's not something that you could be equals on. We're in charge of what goes on and what happens and how to respond to it. Because of their nature of being emotional, they can't think logically or 10 years down the line. That's our job. So because that's our job, we have to sink our heels in and remove the emotions and think logically and think the logical part for them. So it's totally our fault. I'm not going to even bait anyone else to believe that it's the woman's fault. It's not. We have to overcome their nature in order to give them things that they don't know that they need. So that's what I think about it.
Can I respond to
agree
that?
with him. Yeah, go ahead, Sean, go ahead.
Go ahead, Sean.
Yes.
Okay, so on one part, I agree. But I'm gonna go to the opposite side. I don't necessarily believe it's always the man's fault. Because I've seen situations where it was a great man, he just had an ain't-ish bride, right? Like, and she
He
did what
chose her.
he
So it wasn't
kind of, well, they chose each other. But
No,
I'm
she
just
don't
saying,
choose you. I put the ring on.
well, they wasn't married. But okay,
Huh?
I see what you're saying. But what I don't agree with is you said we don't work off logic and we can't think down the line. I don't agree with that. I think a lot of us move very strategic. We're strategic thinkers and we do think long term versus I don't think men think long term. I think everything is more short term based. I think a lot of men think of for the now and not for the later. And I think that's why sometimes bad decisions are made because you're not thinking about the later. But that's just my thoughts and my opinions about it.
That's a good point you got. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes men don't think when they meet a woman that that's going to be his future wife. Well, a man should know. A man should know. I know when I met mine. Yeah, a man knows from the first. Yeah, in 6 months. Actually, men know from the first day they meet you. Yeah, the first day they meet you.
Y'all put us in a box at the beginning. Y'all put us in y'all put us in a box at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you gotta know, and you gotta analyze what she's about. You know what type of woman she is, and then she's wifey material. Because some women are just want the title, but they don't want to put in the work.
I agree.
Tata. What do you say about that? Am I right on that?
I do agree. There's, women will do anything for a title, anything. And even I've seen them blackmail for a title, using children, buying them, using money. Okay. So I've seen them, it's just out there. Now, one of the things I am going to tell you, my brother, hold on 1 second, because I don't know if it's just me. Charm, do you see Jump's box? Is it blurry to you or is it just me?
Yes,
no, it's blurry, very.
Yeah, you're very blurry, my brother. Okay.
They'll fix up. They'll fix up. If anything, I'll just give me 1 second here.
But and I have to tell you, Kobe, I agree with you in a certain aspect. Men are the leaders. Men are the head of household. Men make the decisions for the women. But there's also those women that don't want the men to take there's women out there, and I'll put myself in it. I want my man to be my head of household, to be the everything, but I want him to make decisions with me, not for me. I want to make the decisions in the household with him, do the future with him, the situation. Not only you just leave it to him. It's right that it's only fair that the man, yes, but to combine together, if the communication is there, it could work. Now, one of the main things about relationships, if there's no communications in a relationship, there is no relationship. There's got to be a type of communication. There's got to be.
I agree.
I agree on
So,
that. I definitely agree on that.
Can I speak on this? Did you?
of course,
Oh yeah.
that's what we're here.
Okay. All right. There is. All right. In a corporation, there is the CEO, and
Mhm.
there's shareholders. A woman is in the shareholders position. In other words, she can oust the CEO, but ultimately the CEO has control of the company. So you can have some say indirectly, but honestly, directly, you have no say. He has to have, in order to bring protection and covering for a woman, you have to have total say in the whole situation. Almost to the point, like I said, dictatorship. But you're a benevolent ruler. A man has to be a benevolent ruler in which he loves her. He loves her. And she gives him the respect. And that in that type of situation, the only way it could work is she realized that although she wants to have say, he can hear her. Ultimately, it's what he say goes. And it's not, I don't appreciate him not listening to me, and he's not listening to me, so I'm not going to listen, or I'm not going to do this. It's basically you're going to do what he say, be mad, pout about it, because again, ultimately, he's held responsible. When y'all break up, whether you cheated or not, he is the one that is going to be in the streets, before God, in the church, or wherever you are at. He is the one they're going to say what he did wrong.
He's right.
Mm.
He's absolutely right.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
I
Can
agree.
I respond to that?
Please.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so one, just because he's a man doesn't make him a good leader.
Oh, I agree.
So just because you're a man does not mean you're a good leader. And just because I love you don't mean I'm gonna follow you off of the cliff. So one thing is, you know, you got to know your strengths. If you know you're not a good leader as a man, just you this saying that if you come into a relationship, y'all have to know each other's strengths and weaknesses. So if he knows he's not a good leader, but he has this chest beating thing because I'm the man of the house and you're not listening to me, no, you don't make good decisions. So no, I'm not going to follow you. This is let's come together, and this is what I think. This is how I look at it. So I think I think a lot of the times the men of this, like the way men are now, they think just because they're men that entitles them to being the leader of the house, and that makes them an automatic leader or the ruler of the house. And some of y'all are not fit to lead, and that's okay. But so you have to be, and this is the thing: if that is not your strong suit, you have to be able to humble yourself. And if your woman is a great CEO, right? You have to be able to say, okay, she's better than me on this. Babe, what do you think about this? There's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is, I don't think y'all can humble yourselves down that much because you're the man and you feel like that's just your place and she needs to bow down and listen to everything you say just because you're a man. And again, every man ain't no CEO. So
But
Correct. I agree.
at the at the same time, do you guys believe that wherever there's a strong woman, there's always a strong man?
say that again. You broke up. Now you're froze.
Do you believe that in every relationship that whenever there's a strong woman, there's a strong man?
Tata, you want to take that?
So I personally don't. I personally don't. I know that behind every strong man, there might be not a strong leader, but a great person. How can I even? They have to. They balance each other out. They come. They there's a certain word and I can't get it out of my mouth right now that I want to say, but you know, listen, Charm, go ahead, take it. Anybody take it. I'm having a brain fart right now.
Okay.
I don't think.
I'm glitching. I'm glitching without glitching.
I think he's strong in his own right. But you just have to know where your strengths are. It doesn't make him weak in everything. He's just maybe not strong in certain aspects of his life. Some people's good budgeters and some people ain't. Right? Some people's great at calling shots, and some people is better at kind of just being a worker, right? Being told what to do. Some people everybody has their strengths. And so just because I'm strong, I don't say he's weak. He's just not maybe strong in the same areas that I may be strong in. But we have to find that balance.
There. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you, Miss
What
Charm.
are you looking for? What do you think
Yeah,
about that,
and that's what I
Kobe?
was saying. It's balance.
Balance, yep.
What do you
Kobe?
think about that, Kobe? What do you think about that? Do you think when there's ever a strong man, there's always a strong woman behind them? Could that create chaos in a relationship where if she's not
He's gonna say
that
no.
strong or too strong, it creates chaos in the relationship?
Okay. I'm going to address it this way.
Here
The
we go.
definition of humble, the adjective, is having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. 2, of low social, administrative, or political rank. The verb is lower someone in dignity or importance. Now, I'm going to use the word, because she used the word humble, and I gave you the definition. In no way any woman would be happy or otherwise attracted to someone that describes themselves as humble. In no way. Words have meaning. Now, she just said she expect the guy to be humble. She, like, okay, Charm, you had said earlier that a guy puts a woman in 2 categories, and there's
4.
category 4. No, this honest. Okay, I want you to go deep into that later, but a woman for us, we know, puts a man in at least 2 categories. There's the hunter gatherer, speaking in primitive terms, and then there's the guy that's the hunk, the Chad, the Tyrone, the Jamal. Those guys.
The way he said
Jamal.
Jamal. That was great.
Only Kobe.
Only.
So, that being said, we know the one that she would marry. She's going to marry the hunter gatherer because she needs that consistency. She needs someone that's going to take care of the kids. She don't have to worry about them breaking out with the kids. But the one that she wants is the Tyrone, the Chad, and the Jamal. That being said, The humble guy is the first one. The humble guy is the first one. So you will marry. And I'm speaking only in, when I talk about relationships, I court. I'm talking about court. I'm not talking about dating. I'm not into this new fangled thing that just happened in the last 40 years in which our society is going down because I'm talking about courtship. In other words, every time you meet somebody, the intention is to meet them in order to stay with them to get married.
Exactly.
Now, since I laid that down as the groundwork on what I'm about to say, there's no way in the world a woman will accept a man that's humble unless she just wants to have children with him. And then, as we see now, they get older, they have the children, they get in their 40s, and they divorce them, and then boom, they go back running after Tyrone, Chad, and Jamal.
So let me make clear this. So Tyrone, Chad, and Jamal are those the what are they? Because you lost me. Those are the bad
wild
boys.
The bad boys.
Okay.
The ones
The wild boys.
care in the world, but the good guys, the ones that help you raise the kids, put food on the table. Those don't last too long.
Oh no, they last 20
from my
years.
understanding.
They last to 21. They last, and what that coincide with? The child being 21. They're going after that. They're going back onto the dating market. No, they went from courtship back to dating. They're going back to their default. That's the problem that we're seeing now. Most women is going back to their default.
And wait, so men don't do that when they get younger women once the woman gets too old?
Oh, most men get younger women because they don't want another woman that's been programmed by a man. It's like playing a video game. You don't go and buy a video game that somebody else played and go on their played game. You want to start from the beginning.
You want somebody that... Okay, I'm sorry.
Or better yet, we don't want a used car. We don't want a car that everybody already had. We want that brand new car.
But you had her. If you had her for 30 years, that's used and abused.
That's probably a lemon if you try to sell it now. What the hell? What the hell?
You're right, and that's the point. I got the Toyota. I got the Toyota. I hooked it up. I got her everything. I got her the turbo. I mean, she was out the gate. I might have upgraded the engine and all that. Got her a new bumper. All that. The bra. Everything. But here's what happened. She thought that she was fresher than me and went to somebody that she's felt that was fun because I am the stable guy. I'm not fun anymore. That happens a lot too. A lot of men go into the relationship and they with the woman for a long time, and and a human trait is contempt is bred from being around someone too long. And she just takes them for granted. He takes her for granted. And then because of that, they don't mesh, and she wants some chaos.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Jumpstart. No, go ahead.
Just like recently on all over the internet, for example, there was this man who met a woman, felt like she was the one, gave her everything she needed: love, respect, attention, time. And later on, she turned around and she didn't want that. She cheated on him. Now that she realizes what she lost, now she wants it back. Do you women think, or do you girls here on the panel think that if a woman does that, is she's right or is she's wrong for doing that?
No, you pick the side, you got to stay there. You got to stay there.
You
You gotta
laid
stay there.
you laid your bed. You fix
Yeah.
your bed. You could have laid in it. That's what
Yep.
you chose.
So
You thought the grass was greener on the other side. Well, keep it, water it. Maybe it'll get greener. But
Yep. Stay
stay
on that
there.
side. Yep.
Stay
so
over there.
at the same time, what is a man supposed to do? Is he supposed to forgive her because he loves her so much and says, "Hey, let's be bygone. Let's try to work this out." Or there was already chaos there from the beginning that caused that. You know what I mean?
Well,
So,
I think he
Kobe,
should forgive her.
you think, well, forgive
Give
is
up,
one
forgive
thing,
what?
But that's it.
but that's it. I was gonna say that's it. Not forget of what happened, and that's
Nope.
a lot of chaos in relationships. Also, that people. That was just a little example, but it could be much more than that. It could be
Yeah.
not working or just nagging all the time or whatever it is that can cause a friction in a relationship that actually destroys it piece by piece until it's all gone.
Yep.
Until it's all
Yep.
gone. You know, Kobe said one thing right. Men do know when it's the right one. But when do women know that he's the right one? When do you ladies know that he's the right one?
Don't ask me that question because apparently I haven't found the right one to even be able to answer that shit. Sorry.
Go ahead,
I've had
Sean.
my
It's
bad
That's a hard
luck.
question.
It
That's a
is.
hard question.
It's a very hard question. Now, how easy? Now, tell me this. Why can't women differentiate the difference between a good man, a good, honest man, to a deceiving one? Because they both can portray the same thing at the beginning because everything is all sugars and butterflies and
Well, yeah.
flowers and
Their
everything.
representative,
So,
their representative is there at that moment.
there you go.
Yeah.
They got backup. So and so that should be the question. Why can't women say, yeah, no, that's not the one. Oh, no, stay away from me. But
You know why? I
instead,
think
go
I
ahead.
know, you know why I think we have an issue with that?
Why?
So like Kobe said, we're emotional. We go off emotion. And I think a lot of us mess up by looking at a man's potential. He he he's he's good here, but not so good there. I could work with that. He got potential. I could probably help him. I could probably help him build, build him up and he'll get better. That's where we mess up. Instead of just going strictly off of what he's showing us, we look at the potential that we'll see more in y'all than y'all see in yourself. So we'll
I think
pour
you
into
nailed that
y'all.
one. You nailed that. You
And
nailed
then
that to
y'all
the
don't even
T.
see that in yourself. And so now we're like, okay. But I think we also that's where we hurt our own feelings because then he is who exactly he was at the beginning. And
And we were just too blind to see it.
now we trying to fix him, play build a bear, right? Because we see so much in him and we want to build him up and we want him to be the best version of himself. And then he shows us exactly who he was, who he's been showing. And then we're mad when he really didn't do anything wrong besides he been the same person. It's us that really made the bad decision. That's why we go
What
off
do you think
emotion
about
and potential.
what do you think about that, Kobe? Is she right?
Well, I think that they got some of it right, and from my perspective. And one of the main things, like she said, they see potential. But what they also are not including in that they see potential is that if they didn't like the person, the potential will mean nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's true.
Absolutely right.
If
True.
it's not Jamal, it's not happening. It's like I won't deal with that. Oh, this guy, he just calls me too much. I'm about to block him. But
Yeah.
the Todd,
That's so true.
hey guy, how you doing? I just want to take you out to dinner tonight. Oh gosh, this guy. I am hungry, but I don't feel like dealing with this guy right now. And that's the thing that goes on in their head. They need a little chaos. In my relationships, I will throw the chaos in. I have to remain Jamal. It just has to happen. In order
I don't like chaos.
you don't like chaos.
No.
You may not like it. You may not
I
like
don't like
it. But there's a
chaos.
whole bunch of females that like it. There's a whole bunch of
Okay.
I
females
don't
that
like
like
that.
it.
That will
I'm
make
sorry.
me tap out
You
so
may not
fast.
like
I
it.
don't like it.
I have to
But that
agree. At one point in my life, I would have been down with it, but now at this point in my life, I'm moving out of Miami for a reason. I want to be happy. I want to get away from the shit, away from the drama. And the
The
only way I can
chaos.
be happy, exactly, the chaos. And in order for me to be happy and do that, I have to go where nobody freaking knows me and start fresh. And start fresh.
okay.
Because at
I got
this
a question.
point, I throw in the towel. Kobe, be
I
quiet.
got a I got a question.
In other words, reset.
I'm resetting. That's right. And it
Reset.
just so happens I'm doing it at 50. Bam.
Boom.
That's usually how it happens.
But that's
Y'all
when you get
women
older.
get
When you
y'all-
get older.
no, I'm gonna say it. You want to be politically correct. They start getting their sense at that age, and they realize all the things that they did wrong. Just like, see, they don't.
Well,
have
that's
to be
life.
in-
That's everybody.
Yeah,
no.
that's
That's
everybody.
everybody. The older you get, the
The
wiser
wiser
you
you
get.
get.
You look
Because
back
you
and you
learn
like,
from
yeah,
experience. You learn
that's
from
it.
experience. And
That's not
people
a man
don't
or a woman
realize.
thing.
Exactly. That's everybody. Because let it be a man, let it be a woman, let it be anything. Somebody, and I was speaking of this last night, John. Somebody asked me, hey, Tata, do you have a man? No. No, they asked, do you want a man? And I'm like, no. Do you want a woman? I'm like, hell no. I'm strictly dickly. But no, I don't want it. And they're like, why? And I'm like, I don't want the drama. I don't want the chaos. Like, I see people in relationships and I see what they're going through and I get goosebumps to know that at 50 I would have to start all over again. Oh no, baby. Listen, if it happens and God blesses me with a man, okay, but I ain't looking for it. But sure as hell, I'm not dealing with no drama. That man better not come with chaos because I'll be the first one throwing something real hard at them and saying, get the hell away from me.
Oh, she's violent.
Oh, yes, I am. I'm a Leo. Come on now.
That's a red
Don't
flag
play.
for a lot of people.
And I've been being good. I'm staying out of jail. You know, there's no bond money, but I'll kill somebody.
Oh, shut
I'll be,
Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. Let me put that disclaimer up. Hold on now. I need to protect myself.
I'm just joking, guys.
But look, we talked going
That
Kobe.
disclaimer up.
Remember I said men put us in 4 boxes, and I didn't really
Yes.
elaborate on those 4
Please
boxes, right?
elaborate. 'Cause
So
I thought
when
it
you
Please
too.
do. Please do.
So when you guys meet a woman, you automatically either say you just want her to be your friend, you want her to be your like a just a play, a plaything or just a sex partner, your wife or somebody that you want to push towards, or you cool on her all the way all together. The problem is once you put us in that box, like if you put us in the friend box as a woman, right?
1, 2, and 4 is the same thing.
1,
2.
friend, sex. Not necessarily. You can be friends without sex.
No.
Hell yeah, you can be friends without sex. Hell yeah, Kobe.
No.
Don't play.
No.
Good.
No.
Absolutely.
Don't play.
Absolutely.
Don't play,
man.
because you,
You are telling
We're
me
Kobe.
I'm
rough
a man.
riders.
You are
But we're
telling me
rough.
I'm
Maybe
a
not
man.
Kobe. But this man out here,
Let's not include
friends
Rough Riders.
that
List.
just
But I'm
that.
saying those are
Friends.
friends. Those are
But you
friends.
know,
Friends.
but
Everybody's different. I can say I ain't never did it, but
You're not a
me
man.
friends is
neither.
friends.
They're
Friends is
not a man.
friends.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're not
I
a man.
got you.
We don't
Got
put you
you.
in that.
You said men. You said men.
friends.
Got you.
You said men.
Friends.
Now,
Friends
now,
to us
now I
elevate to sex partners real quick. Real
Oh,
quick.
okay, okay.
No.
So
No.
that is not true, and I'm going to tell you why.
Oh, okay.
Because
Please do.
I had my best friend of many years, which y'all know who he is. Yes, Kobe.
Yes.
Okay, Kobe.
Go ahead.
Okay, that was my best friend for years. For years, I never had sex or relationships with that man. No, never, never crossed my mind. Never wanted to. You know why? Because he. It's not that he was. First of all, he's not my type of man. But even he had too much things going on, and I didn't want to be part of that drama. But I also respect because I didn't want to lose that friendship. And I knew that if I crossed that boundary of friendship with my friend, it will never fucking be the same. And that's why we remained friends for many years. Many years. But there was no sexual activity involved.
On your
None.
And I agree with her.
On both
because
parts. On both parts.
I agree with you.
He respected me and I
agree.
respected him.
I agree with you because I have friends that I grew up with, and I had never really of being in a sexual relationship with that person because their friendship means too much that you're afraid of mixing the intimacy in and damaging that friendship. You know what I'm saying? So I do agree with her on that. Kobe, why you laugh, bro?
Yeah, why are you laughing? That's not right. You can't laugh and we can't see your face.
Yeah.
That is not. That is not. Welcome, Vinny. I see you popping. In. Hello.
I'm gonna try to send you the link. Let me get my producer to send you the invite. Producer send the invite to Vinny. So yeah, I agree with that. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with us? Can a woman be a man, or can a woman be a man's best friend, and a man could be a woman's best friend without sex?
I really think in that dynamic, the woman controls the narrative because if she lets that happen, it's gonna happen, right? So, however, if she's like, "Nah, this is it," because it's a man's nature, especially if she's an attractive woman. Like it's y'all's nature to be like, "Oh yeah." If she gonna let it happen, I may dibble and
And,
dabble, right? But then it messes up everything because
that's the part.
she's emotional, but you've already put her in the box. The thing is, once y'all put us in that box, y'all don't
There's
take
no
us
coming
out of
out
that
of it.
box. Y'all don't take us out. We try to take ourselves out, which is where we mess up at, right?
You
So
put
y'all,
yourself in the box. Just so you know.
no, y'all already put us in the box.
No, you put yourself there. However,
Mm-mm.
we go on your box. You're an open card, and then based on your actions is what we put you where we put you. It's only based on your actions. We will look at you and we'll say, okay, question mark. And then based on your actions, we'll say, she's hit it, I'll hit it, or I'll wife it. Period. That's it.
Okay. So, 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 so,
Now, if you do something questionable,
What do you guys?
something that I cannot tolerate as being someone that is a representative of me, you automatically go into hitting spot. And I don't deal with things like that. So that just pushes you off the board. But most men do. That's just how they are. They like, okay, I'll hit it. And then that's it. You're a plaything.
Mhm. I have to agree. If a woman allows you to be there, then yeah, a woman has a lot has a little bit to do with it. It depends on her actions and what she allows or not the man to do. But that you attempt and you approach her and depending on her actions, so that means that you are already planning to put us in a certain box. So you're just waiting to see what is my reaction to your response to see what category you're going to put me in. So it falls back on the same thing. Okay, you guys, when you guys gonna go up to a woman, you already in your mind gonna say, okay, let me see. Like you said, you're gonna put a question mark on it, and depending on how I am towards you, you're gonna decide where you're gonna put me.
Exactly. But it's not a game. We will look at what you're doing and then decide. It's not like we put you in a situation, let's see what she's going to do. It's we take you out to dinner, and then you do something that is unbecoming of someone that will be my wife, and then we say, okay, you are just hittable. That's just how it is. We're not intentionally, there's no games being played. We are so simple
Gotcha.
and straightforward, it's ridiculous.
Well, I wish everyone was as simple and straightforward and keep it 100, just like you, Kobe, because not
Yes, sir.
everybody in this is like that. I'm sorry, and you can stamp it. Tata said that shit, but hell no, not everybody is like you, sir. Sorry,
Well,
there's still a lot of immaturity out there.
to be devil's advocate,
Oh shit, here we go.
if I run into a woman that I most men most men will run into a woman and tell her the truth, and then if we feel that she can't handle the truth, then we give you what do you call that, the Disney fantasy that you want.
And a lot of y'all want that Disney
But you're
fantasy.
playing a game though,
But what
so
if
that
y'all
means
want
that
it?
you're
A
playing
lot
a
of y'all
game.
want it.
But that means that you're playing a game though,
Not
and you
really,
said you
because
weren't playing a
I don't want
game.
I don't want my car's windows busted out. That's all.
Or my tires slap. Or my tires slap.
Now,
Now that's just the type of women that you pick,
that's
because
exactly that's the type of
who has
women.
time for all that? Don't nobody got time
But
for
we
that. I
don't
will
know
cut
that.
somebody off so fast. I don't give a fuck. Like that's literally I'm cool. My
we
bad.
we don't know that, but we don't know that until after we date you, and then we find out you will bust our tires out
That's
after
true.
we were honest with you,
It's
and
too
then
late.
we like, oh, okay, yeah, I can't be honest with her, and I'm gonna give her this
So
and
why
keep it
give her
moving.
that though? Why not just be like? Why not just cut it off?
Uh,
If you can't be honest with somebody, why start to lie?
Sometimes
Like that's a game. That goes back to
That's
playing the
that's a
game.
game.
it's not lying.
do you
It's
want me to
actually you
answer?
invested all these years and you hoping that the woman changes her ways.
No,
So
no,
you
no.
stay put.
But why would a woman have to change the way she is from the beginning? How you met her? A woman or a man shouldn't
That-
change. You should be your genuine self from the beginning. Nobody should have to change to please another person just
What?
because you're
You don't
with
know
them.
a person,
You
My wife
already
better
met
change.
them.
My wife
Uh,
better
but you don't know.
change.
Change,
uh,
compromise.
No, she's
You, I
going to
think
change, not compromise. She's
no,
going
no, no,
to
no,
change.
no,
Then she's not
no.
so
with
you
me.
go. Oh, okay, so hold on a second. Hold on.
You met her
Now
and
I
she
have a
was good enough
question.
to meet, but then you wanted to change what attracted you to her. That don't even make sense.
No, but see, that's the
No.
problem. A man wants a woman to be how she was, and a woman wants a man
In the
to
beginning.
change.
In the beginning, yes. Some people get comfortable. Some relationships get comfortable. You know, the whining and dining and the loving and the hugging and the kissing is all in the beginning. Some stay with that same tradition. Some change along the way, and that's what causes a lot of friction. a lot of chaos. Oh, you never been in a relationship? You never seen a person hear a person say, "You changed. You used to do this. You used to do that. Now you don't do it no
Right.
more," because that wasn't their real attention. It was just to draw you in.
And
Now
yep,
they're comfortable, and now their true
the
colors
mask comes
coming
off.
out.
Yep.
Yeah, the mask come off. So you already 20 years in. Let's just say you're already 20 years in. You see how she really is. Now you kind of like easing away because you're like, man, I wish I knew this from the beginning. I wish I knew you didn't like to cook. Or I wish I knew you don't like to clean. But in the beginning, you were doing it. So what do you do as a man? As a man, you either put your foot down and say, hey, you gotta figure this, figure this out. We gotta solve this problem so we can live happy. Do you agree with me on that?
Kobe said he wants his woman to change.
Yes, she's going
So
to.
so that's opposite of what Jumpstart is saying. He said it should stay the same. You're saying as the time progresses, she needs to change.
She needs to change.
Well, he deal with a woman in her primitive form. I'm not. She has to evolve in order to be with me. So
Evolving is different than changing.
oh
Exactly. That's totally different.
no, there's power in
Get out
words.
here, girls. Get out here.
Listen, evolving is growing. Evolving is changing and growing and not doing, what you used to do, but do it at least a little bit better or whatever. When you try to change somebody, that means that they need to change what they used to do before. Okay? For example, you met somebody, okay, and you're with that person, and and you guys had mutual friends, okay, but it just so happens that the partner, whichever one it would be, whether it be the man or the woman, says you can't be friends with that person, and that's it. No ifs, no buts, and if you don't like it, you better choose them or me. Okay? That is changing a person. That is giving ultimatums to a person that should be never brought to a relationship, period. Because you met that person with all their friends.
Why?
Why should they have to change their friends for your spouse or for your teams? You guys have mutual friends.
Or look at joint like
Don't
Rough
women have
Riders.
mutual friends?
Look,
Don't women
like,
have mutual friends?
yeah, but like I've seen so many relationships go bad from Rough Riders, right? Because then when you get with the person, oh, it's cool because they ride motorcycles and then once it really gets serious, they like, yeah, I don't like you hanging with all those guys, or I don't like you hanging with all those girls. Now you got to change.
Yes, because
Exactly.
they're getting screwed. Yes, absolutely.
No, yeah, no. No,
Yeah,
you got trust issues.
Listen.
That's an
I love
insecurity
trust.
issue.
No,
That's jealousy.
no.
That's jealousy.
I love
That's
that.
straight jealousy.
No, he's right. No, he's
I
right.
love that.
Sometimes a woman and a man have to change to make things work in their relationship. If a man is going out, for instance, if a man is going out before he met the woman every night to go get drunk, now he's in a relationship.
Changes. Right.
You have to change.
That's changing.
That's different.
That's changing.
That's
But
changing.
the same thing,
That's different.
if a man feels uncomfortable with his woman doing something, shouldn't she change it? Wouldn't a woman want her man to change certain things?
But what's different? So, okay, going out every night before the relationship, that's totally understandable. You can't do that. It's a respect
Yeah, you
factor,
can't.
right?
Mhm.
But me being a rough rider, me riding motorcycles, me having to go to these meetings every month, me having to attend these different events, that's what I do. You knew that, right? So coming in, you can't say, yeah, I don't like you being at the clubhouse with all those, or going to bike week, let's say, you know, and just being surrounded by all those men. Well, I've been that. I've been there for 10 years. Nothing has happened. So now what is like you want me to stop riding? No, I'm not gonna do that. That's a change. You want me to totally change who I've been because you feel some type of way about me being around a predominantly male activity that I've been doing. It's it superseded you, but now coming into it, you want me to change that aspect of my life. It's not that I'm going out. I ain't getting drunk. I ain't doing none of that. It's just the hanging with these guys. That's not fair. And to me, I feel like that's a insecurity that you got to check. And even on the woman side,
I was just gonna
y'all
say
men
that.
are surrounded
Yes.
by a lot of girls. It's a lot of options when, especially when you go to these Annies, right? Like we know that. Now, if you've been a known cheater, I can understand her reservations about the situation. But if you
That
haven't done
part.
anything and you've just been that, you respect her, she's came to different outings to see kind of the dynamic, and she still got a problem with it. And now you got to pick between your bike life, and that's unfair. That's an unfair,
And I agree. I agree.
ultimatum.
Kobe, do you agree with Charm what she just said? Let's go, Kobe. Let's get out the real Kobe.
Okay.
Come on, Kobe. Don't leave me fishing here in the pond by myself.
All right, let me break
'Cause
this
I
I don't like
down.
that
think
Kobe ain't on camera.
Yeah, I need to see his face. This is not right. And you aren't you IT?
Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
let me break this mic real quick. Insecurity? No. I'm a man, and being a man, I set my stakes up on my property. Yes, I said it, my property. Therefore, insecurity has nothing to do with this. I am setting barriers in order for nothing to happen on something that I'm putting my life into. That's number one. Number two, life is not fair. Life isn't fair. You're right, it's not fair. But like I said, in order to be with me, and I'm talking about marriage now, I'm talking about marriage and the steps towards marriage. Life is not fair, and this is a dictatorship. You don't get to tell me how I feel. You don't get to tell me how I'm supposed to address it. This is how I addressed it, and this is how I did it. This is my terms. And if you don't want this to be part of this, then it's on you. It's really on you. That's a decision you have to make. I'm not going to be happy about it, but I'm also not going to be sad, and I'm going to go and grab the next one on the list. Honestly, people
I
got to
agree.
start understanding that, and I'm not saying this towards you, Charm. I'm just mean in general. People
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to start understanding that a man with purpose has a lot of options, but he is not going to flaunt his options in your face. You going to know he has options just by the way he moves. And that being said, in order for him to get in that place, he had to put some barriers up to protect himself. In order to do that, he had to put some work. And then he had made decisions in which those barriers was put in place to keep him there. It might not be something that you did. It might be something that he might see a pattern. That pattern is keeping him and you safe. You have an accessibility, big word, from other men is a threat to him, in which he doesn't need, because he is out here slaying dragons and being an asset to society. In order to do that and make a nice savings so we can go somewhere maybe once a month, I don't have to worry about you. And me putting my effort into you and then worry, and not even worrying, I wouldn't worry. but then putting myself at risk by allowing you to be around other people, the wolves, that would say, it's a come up for someone to bone my woman. It's a come up. It is a come up. They will say, yo,
What? And
he
you know
ain't
what?
nobody. He ain't nobody. Man, he ain't nobody. I hit his girl. There's a lot of
he's
things
right.
that you don't
He's
take
right.
into consideration, that this man that worked his life to build. Remember, in our 20s, and men in our 20s ain't shit. We don't get shit until we work 10 years or 15 years, and then we start building ourselves and we become somebody. You women
Kobe.
start as the beauty that you are and start falling off. At 18, you are the best that you can be, and then it's up to you whether you keep it at that level. We don't care about what job you have. We don't care about how much money you have. We only care about how pretty you are, and you are born with that.
So, Kobe, are you married?
Yes, I am.
Oh, hold on.
How many years? How many years have you been married?
I don't really want to go personal, but I'll do it. Right now, it's 5.
You don't have to.
Right now, it's 5, but I was 20.
Okay. Okay.
So I got a 20 and I got a 5 spot.
Okay. Gotcha.
He dropped the bomb. He is married. And he's happily married. And he's absolutely right. You women don't realize that another man will do something to take another man's place, and the woman is the first thing they go after.
That's
So
true.
go ahead, Tom. You don't think he was right? You don't think he's right? But it's up to the
I
woman
agree.
to actually
agree
say,
that-
hold up, wait a minute. I can't do that because that's my king. But some fall
Right.
weak. Some
So
fall weak.
he said, I wrote down some notes of some things he said, because he said he's not insecure, but everything that he said sounded insecure. So few things.
I knew it.
He
Tom, where you
said,
been at? Go get
She
him, Tom.
did, because I saw her too. I was like,
so
Yeah, she's been writing
said-
everything down.
allow you to be around other people. That was one. He said these men are a threat to him. He said
Two.
that. He said he needs to create barriers to protect his property. That's 3. And then he said that it may not be what she's done, but it may be something that he's seen or been through. That's projection. So you're holding her. You've been through whatever you've been through, or you may have seen some. I've seen a whole lot of wild shit within Rough Rider. Now that would be unfair for me to come and project that onto another guy that I'm, a guy that I'm dating, and want him to do this because I've seen this shit. I've seen this stuff before, and I don't want. That's projecting what I've been through onto him. And you shouldn't have to create barriers to protect your property, right? Like, if she's a woman that you say she is, she should be holding it down without you. She should be able to move without you around her. And you
don't have to worry about it at all.
You don't have to worry. You know what you picked. You know what you picked. You know what type of woman she is. You know how she moves. So you know if she loose. You know if she's a loose woman or if she's solid. You shouldn't have to create barriers. Now, true, men will go straight after your woman because that's where it's they're gonna hit you where it hurts. They know that. I know that much. And if she's solid, she know that. So she know that she's gonna be a target. Therefore, she knows she needs to make sure that she keeps stuff, make sure nothing looks weird, and she needs to make sure that she's protecting you and your name even when you're not around. Nobody should be a threat to you if your relationship is if your woman is who she says she is, and that you guys have built a strong foundation. Like, nobody should be a threat. I mean, and if they are, maybe you picked the wrong woman. I mean,
but you do agree there's a bunch of wolves out there, and they
oh,
always
it's
are
a
gonna
bunch.
try.
There's
Yeah,
a whole
They're
bunch.
always going to try.
a whole bunch of
That's
wolves.
even on the women's side, even with the men. Women are very vindictive. They will definitely target your man. Women do
Yep.
that. So
Yep.
it's on both sides, but it's up to your man and the woman, a woman, to hold it down and make sure that
And stand their
they
ground.
and stand their ground and making sure they are protecting you. At the end of the day, they need to make sure that they're protecting you and your name and making sure they ain't out here making you look stupid.
Definitely.
That.
So I got a lot of comments here. Let's address the comments. All right, panel. Let's
Okay.
start all the way on top, and let's start with Vinny. And shout out to Vinny. So Tata, go ahead and read what Vinny wrote here, and let's answer the whole panel Vinny's question. Go ahead, Tata.
In every successful relationship, you need to have trust, honesty, loyalty, communication, and lots of sex. If you are missing just one of those elements, your relationship is doomed to fail. Jealousy just proves that there is no trust in a relationship, and game playing is too adolescent to deal with this shit. And I have to agree 100% with that statement from Vinny. Because everything that he just said there, I said it yesterday. And that was including in my three biggest downfall for like my biggest three things is dishonesty, trust, and communication. If there's none of those three, if those three things are not there, it's missing, there is nothing. He added the trust, and he added loyalty. Loyalty comes with trust and
Yeah.
lots of sex. Okay? If it's a healthy relationship,
Thank you.
you're gonna be fucking rabbits. Okay? I get it. There's gonna be days that a woman may not want, a man wants. You compromise, but you do the damn thing. Okay? But without any of those things that he just mentioned, is absolutely correct. And Charm, you nailed it when you know, Kobe was talking about, all of these things about his woman and stuff like that, but it was showing signs of number one, rejection, and a lot of insecurities. And those are signs that are not healthy in a relationship. Period. Period.
Charm, what do you think about Vinny's comment there? Do you agree with him, or do you disagree with him on that comment?
No, I definitely agree with Vinny. Now he mentioned if just one of those elements is missing, your relationship is doomed to fail. I don't agree with that.
No.
I think it all depends on how you got if you guys really want it to work. Because one of those could be bad. That's what marriage counseling is for. Like you have to fight for your marriage, right? Like you can't just and I think that's another problem. People just throw in the towel way too soon, especially in marriage. Like if
Because
we
there's
get
no
married,
communication.
we need to. I mean, how bad do you want it? Like, yeah, okay, we're lacking sex. Can that be fixed? Yeah, let's figure out what our issue is. Communication, like Tata said. Why is our relationship lacking? What can we do? It's all about communication. So I don't agree with this doomed to fail. I think it could be workable if both of you guys really want it to work. But all of those things need to definitely happen for sure.
Cool. Kobe, what do you think about Vinny's comment there? Do you agree with him? Did he nail it?
I mean, that's his. I can't fault him for feeling that. I don't have enough context to know where he's coming from because, like I said, I set the bar at I'm doing courtship and marriage. So he's talking about relationships. I don't really go too deep into relationships unless I know which one of you're really pointing at. So if you were to use that against what I think, define jealousy. Just as you see, our two compadres don't agree with what I see as jealousy and insecurity, and other people do. What they would call jealous to me, I'll just say, is just a security. Honestly,
Security, definitely.
security. So I would need to know more in order to speak on this.
And thank you for Vinny for your comment. Let's put up another comment that Vinny did, because he's kind of nailing it to the ground. So I read what he's saying here.
Men actually look for a woman that is going to treat them like their mother did. Laugh out loud.
Okay, hold on now. Hold on now. Now, I'm going to disagree with that, because a man does not want a woman to treat him like his mother. We want our women to treat us like kings, the man of the house, the provider, their job. Women's job is the nurturer, but our job is to take care of the family, take care of the needs, and take care of the wants. Kobe, do you agree with him on this one? What is your intake on that one?
He's gonna say hell no.
I respectfully disagree wholeheartedly. Totally.
We all do. It's okay, because I know for a fact that men do not. No.
We don't want mother figures. I can't imagine my woman being my mother. That's just disgusting.
That's weird. That's very weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Now, I do as a man want my woman to take care of me, as far as, I go to work, she cook, I'll go to work, she may do my laundry, those little things. But to me, it's showing that she cares, because we doing a major part of the relationship is foundation, being the king of the house. There's no way I can reverse that. If I just can't. Do you girls want to treat your man like you their mother?
Hell no.
My kids.
I got my.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No. I need you to go back. You need to go to counseling for that. I'm not your mama.
For real.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I ain't your mama either. I definitely ain't your mama.
What does it, Kobe, what does a man expect from a woman?
I expect nurturing. I expect you to respect me. The love could come. Love come and go. It's an emotion. So therefore, I know it fades in and out. So people getting married off of love on a male's part is a fallacy. They're doomed for failure. The second the respect goes out the window, the relationship is over on a woman's part, and she's thinking about the back door and going to the next guy. So there you go. It's respect and the nurturing. And the nurturing is not for me. The nurturing is for my children.
Now let me ask the women something. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? What do you guys expect from a man? Do you expect him to be a father figure to y'all? Or do you want him to be a boyfriend figure to y'all? Or you want him to be the king of the house?
For me, it would definitely be somebody with a plan that understands growth, and that's a plan. I like a planner, somebody that it's not planner like dates, and which that would be great too, but just somebody that plans for the future. That's not that plans for later and not necessarily the now.
Even if he lacks other qualities in his in his life? Let's say he's a good planner, but he's not a good everything else.
You broke up. Say that again.
I said, do you? That's number one for you. But if he's lacks of other things, is that okay with you also?
Oh no. I mean, that's a list. I have a list,
They
but
all
that's
have a
one of
list.
the that's a big thing. But definitely,
They all have.
it's a list. But being a planner and somebody that thinks for later is a big one for me, because that seems to be a big thing that lacks in that I've seen, in my opinion.
Wait, it
How
lacks.
about you, Tata? What? Well, that's what she
Yeah.
said.
Let me ask her. Let me ask her,
Go ahead.
Tata. Let me get this, Tata. Um, Charm,
Yes.
you're telling me that the guys that you, well, let's not make it personal, but from your outward experience, that
Hmm.
most guys are not forward thinkers.
No.
Interesting.
I'm a big forward thinker. I have a plan A through Z for just in case plan A don't work. That's just how my mind is rigged. And I haven't experienced that. And it's not to say it's not out there. I just haven't experienced that.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
that's interesting because I have plan A, and plan B is to do plan A.
That
So
that's
so if I ran into someone that had their life mapped out, how would you fit into the other person's life?
say that elaborate.
Okay,
I don't
so you
understand.
said that you plan things out.
Hmm.
And if I ran into a woman that planned things out, I'm trying to see how would I fit into, or rather, how would they fit into my life? Because what I'm doing, I imagine, no, it's not I imagine, it's the woman.
You left, Kobe, if you still talking.
We gotta give him a couple of minutes
Okay.
uh to come back here. He probably might. Let's go into another comment here
Okay.
while he come back.
Okay.
Tata, Vinny
Yes.
wrote again. Vinny is active. Kobe.
I have been with my
is,
wife going on 15 years this November, just saying. And he was saying that he was just joking earlier about a mama's, that a man wants somebody just like his mom. He said he
Oh,
was joking
okay.
about that. He said he
Okay.
was joking, but he says he has been with his wife going on 15 years this November. Happy anniversary, early
The
anniversary.
anniversary early, yeah.
happy
Yeah, and
anniversary. Happy
make
anniversary.
sure you do something nice, for the wife, for you too. Do yourself good for making it 15 years because you don't see that no more.
You
You
don't.
don't. You don't.
No, you don't. You don't.
And I was telling Jump last night. I was asking my dad, who's now 80. He's on his fifth marriage, and I asked him, Dad, how did this marriage work for so long? You've been married now for 30 years, and this is your fifth. I'm from his first marriage, by the way, but he's on his fifth, and he said, I learned to listen. I learned to communicate, and I learned not to go to sleep mad at my wife.
Hmm.
And
You
I
know
said,
what?
okay.
I
And it's worked for
agree with
him
that.
for 30 years
30
after
years.
five times. This man is 80. He just turned 80. God bless his heart. And those were his three things. He says,
Wow.
and then I asked him, I said, any, I said, do you want to give me any advice towards any relationship? He said, just be your genuine self. He said, just be
And
yourself.
That's it.
He said, once
but
you
that's
are
the number one.
yourself, you're going to find somebody who's going to love you exactly who you are. You won't have to change a thing, and they're going to love you for who exactly you are. And the question earlier, you said, what do I look for in a man? To be his genuine self. To be his genuine self in front of me, in front of our friends, in front of our family, because I've seen it where they become different people in front of your friends, in front of your family, in front of coworkers. They're different characters that I didn't even know that they had at one point. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I want the version that I fell in love with you. Give me your genuine self. You give me honesty, you communicate with me, and you don't belittle me in front of anybody. Talk to me. I'm a human person. I'm a human being. Blood runs through my veins just like everybody else. Okay? And if you cannot back up my name or back me up in whatever I do, and if I'm wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong, but don't do it in front of people. Let's do it in the privacy of our own home, because I've seen people that correct their spouses, whether it's a man or a woman, correcting their spouse in front of all their friends, causing chaos. I can't do that. I'll be the first one to leave you with your mouth full of shit and walk away.
Charm, do you believe, like that I was saying, the three things that her dad was? I agree with the dad, and I know you're gonna agree with me. Communication is number one. Communication, and then number two, respect. That's what makes marriages last.
Yeah.
With those two, everything else falls in place. Respect and communication. You know, Charm, do you agree with her dad? What she said? That her dad said?
Well, I think so. I mean, after 30 years and 5 tries, I would assume he has it pretty he has it pretty down at this point. So
He got
yeah,
it
I
down pat.
definitely, yeah, he got it down. And he didn't stop at the 1, 2, 3 or the 4, right? So he started over, and it's about learning. And he took it, and he took all those mistakes that he made, and he made it a positive. So I agree with him for sure. One
And I even asked him all his wives. I'm sorry to cut you off, Charm.
No, you're fine.
All my dad's wives are younger than him. All of them. His second marriage was 20 years younger than him.
Oh,
Okay? Yeah.
he's a player.
No, that was his third. That was his third. Oh, he was a player. He was a hot player. You should see what I used to call him. I used to, it's in Spanish, and I don't know if anybody understands your Spanish, and I'll translate it, but I used to call him pinga dulce. Okay? That's sweet dick. That's what I used to call my dad. Okay? That's, I swear to God.
Oh my God.
I swear.
Is that somebody just turned time out?
I missed it.
Bell together.
You're breaking up, my brother. You're breaking up, John.
I missed this.
You did.
Wait, what?
We were talking about my dad. My dad's on his 5th marriage, and he's 80 years old.
Oh.
His wife is his current wife now is 15 years younger than him, and they've been married for 30 years. And I asked him, Kobe, how did this one work? How did you make this one work out of all the rest? He said, I learned for 30 years. They just turned 30 years. And he said, I learned to listen. I learned to communicate. And I learned not to go to sleep mad at my wife. Those were the 3 things that he said to me. And then I asked him, what advice would you give me? And he said, just be your genuine self. Be your genuine self. And then we were talking, and
on the man.
And that's what we were talking about with my dad, and that's what Charm was chiming in on. Go ahead, Tom. I didn't mean to cut you off
No,
earlier.
no, you're fine. Kobe, one thing that he said that was interesting and that I've never heard, but it actually made sense. He said that respect is the number one thing, and love, you can grow into love. And if people get married, sh- what did you say? If people get married with, because they love somebody, then it's, well, I can't
A recipe for exact. It was a
for
recipe for
disaster. I've
disaster.
never heard that, but it does make sense. And I never thought about not actually loving somebody, but growing into that. That's interesting. That's an interesting take and an interesting perspective. So, yeah.
But but here's the thing. It's not reversal. In other words, I don't have to respect you. I have to love you. You have to respect me.
Oh, see, now you done messed it up, Kobe.
No, it works.
It
It
doesn't.
absolutely works.
Both of y'all have to respect. There's
It
no
does.
way you cannot respect your wife and it be just okay.
Yes. Abso-freaking-lutely. I love you. Because I love you, I won't go screw your sister. That's why. It's not respect. Respect cannot happen for a woman. You cannot beat my ass.
What does that have to do with?
There's no repercussions.
What does fighting have to do with anything?
That's an example. That's an example of no repercussions. If I do something to you, there's no repercussions. I have to wholeheartedly love you.
Or there it could
Now,
be
if you do something
repercussions.
to me, there is repercussions.
What? What's the repercussions?
I mean, well, if you're with a guy that you could beat his ass, I mean, yeah, maybe, but then you're not with
Why
somebody
does
that
it
you
have
want
to
to be
be
with.
a physical fight? Now, of course, physically I can't beat you, but I got something that I ain't even got to really touch you. I got something that'll touch you from over on that side of the room. So
Honestly,
I don't
no,
have to
you
be
don't.
able. I do. I got a couple. So I
It's about
do.
to go down.
So it's not about me being able to beat your ass, and that shouldn't even have been that shouldn't be a topic with
No,
somebody that you care about.
That is an example. That is so you could get the analogy of the situation, the gravity of the situation. The gravity of the situation, you can't do anything to me at all. Physically, mentally, whatever. I have to love you. I choose you. You don't choose me. I choose you.
That's interesting. You have an interesting take. Don't agree
Hold on.
respectfully,
Oh,
but that's interesting.
hold on. Before we get, I think I gotta get this cap. I gotta get this.
Trying to hold back the feeling.
He did say he was gonna bring it. Charlie,
So-
you said it was very interesting.
That's interesting.
Look,
Well, I
Kobe,
don't understand the logic of. I don't understand the logic of being physical. What does that have
No,
to
you're-
do with it?
You're focused on the physical.
Well, 'cause that's the
What I
analogy
mean
that
is, I
you
just
use.
threw that as an example. Yes, it just puts into perspective that you physically you can't do nothing to me. And usually when people say, "What you gonna do? What you gonna do?" The only thing people look at really is physical.
That's the people that you
What they gonna say?
encounter.
You are mentally beat there? No, I'm just saying. I mean, humans in general. That's how men. Actually, that's how men operate. It's a physical being. We are, as men, we have hierarchy within us.
Okay.
Automatically, women do not. They want everything to be level and equal. With men, it's automatically in the room. Hierarchy.
Okay.
It's a hierarchy.
I
thing.
agree with that.
so Kobe, are you saying that when I tell you that I'm gonna beat you up and I'm gonna drop you to your knees, you won't believe me? I cannot believe it.
I believe it.
No. I would.
Kobe.
I have to. Okay.
Kobe.
How can I address this?
Go ahead.
No. No. Absolutely not. No, I will look at you and then keep walking.
Okay. I'm gonna go look for you
Okay.
very soon, and I'm gonna say, "Hi, Kobe. How you doing?" And I'm gonna see what you're gonna do. If you're gonna walk away, because I'm gonna jump on your bad boy. You say a little ninja, you're gonna be going, "What the hell is this? Get off!" And you're gonna go.
I'm,
Well, I just don't
this so
understand.
cute.
I don't understand how you feel like a woman has to respect you, but you don't have to respect her. You just have to love her, and then that's just okay. I guess that's the logic
No,
I'm having a hard time understanding.
okay. Uh, Let me put it to you this way. Let me break it down.
Okay.
So, a woman, we all know love is a fleeting emotion.
Mhm.
You might feel love for somebody, and you might today, and then tomorrow you don't love that person.
Mhm.
Correct.
It's not. Shucks. It might even come to you love him this hour, and the next hour because of something he did or thought he did. You thought he did. You don't love him no more.
Right.
Now you base a relationship on that. What are you basing it on? Something that's fleeting, and a relationship, or rather, like I look at it, a marriage is the most important decision you make in your life.
Mm-hmm.
It affects you mentally, it affects you physically, and it affects you financially.
Right.
More than any other decision that you make.
Mhm.
And you're going to base that on a fleeting emotion? Now, let's move it one step further. The respect part of it. A woman will act on respect more than she will act on love. A woman will, I'll say it again, a woman will act on respect, and her morality will be based more on what she do with respect than she would do with love.
Mhm.
Do you agree with that, Charm? No, don't stay with that thought, Kobe. I'm gonna let you finish. Charm, do you agree with him so far? What he's saying? Yeah, I see
totally
your face,
understand the
girl.
love part. No, I totally understand the love part. It's changing, it's flowing one day to the next. It may be different. Totally agree. I understand that part.
I agree too.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead, Charm. Finish up now. What was the part that bothered you?
The respect on one side, but not the other. I mean, he demands this level of respect, but doesn't give it. It just seems really one sided. And like I mentioned early on in our conversation, it's like you're saying because I'm a man, you need to give me respect, but I don't have to give you that. I just need to give you love, no respect. That's what it sounds like. And if I'm understanding correctly,
Because we're not equal. We're not equal. In no way, no shape.
but
no
respect
form.
respect is across the board. I'm sorry, Tata. Go ahead.
No. You're fine. But so you're saying that respect is so even the respect is given to you, you wouldn't give respect back. You would shit on it and not give a shit and just love her instead and not respect her. How is there love if there's no respect?
Right.
See, you're looking at it from a female.
Well, that's
perspective.
because
No.
we're female. So we're
Not
women.
only that, but
And I'm telling you from a male perspective.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, I have to love you. There's nothing that you can do that will put me in my place. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I have to want to do it. And as your leader, that's something that's where the benevolent part. That's the benevolent part of leadership.
Kobe, are you from Cuba? Are you related to Fidel Castro, sir?
Get at the
nigga-
Get at the
Because I'm gonna ship you back to Cuba because that part right there, my brother,
This
my
nigga
lord.
said, as your leader,
As your leader,
Y'all
okay.
can't beat him. Y'all cannot beat him.
What?
As your leader, I demand respect because I'm
Go
your
ahead, Kobe.
leader.
You go, Kobe. Now, do you women believe that men are y'all leaders?
They should be.
It should
So
be
he, so he didn't
a
say yes or
leader
no.
in the home, a leader in your family, a leader in your relationship. Yes, but to lead somebody and control somebody is two different things,
But
my
but
brother.
but but hold on. He didn't
Oh,
say
I'm not controlling you,
control.
ma'am.
He
I
didn't say
said I
control.
will
He said
lead. If
leading.
you don't
Lead.
fall in line, you will get kicked out of your position. There's
But
plenty of
you
people
just
that
said
want to be in that
as
position.
your leader.
And what
But y'all
makes you a
just
Yes,
leader?
agreed with him.
because you
Y'all
accepted
both
it.
disagreed with him.
You
Y'all agreed
accepted
with
it.
him.
Well, but I agree that they
In
should be
order,
a leader, yes. But just like I said earlier, just because you're a man don't make you a good leader. What makes you a
Not
leader?
all men.
well, I'm not
Not
talking
Because you're a
all.
about.
man?
I'm not.
Not all men, but some men are good
Correct.
leaders.
Some men are. I agree,
So
but
when
not
you
all. Just
Not
but
all,
so
but some
so
do.
hold on. So if you get a good leader like Kobe, right?
okay.
Shouldn't you lead?
Okay.
Shouldn't you be led? That's
So
what you
that's
want,
hard because
right?
I don't know. I don't know Kobe to know if he's a good leader. I guess his wife knows that. But based on his things that he said,
You can ask around.
I don't need to. It's not my business. But it's not my business. But if you're a good leader, then yes, totally, you should. You're the lead of the family. Period. But
But men naturally should be good leaders,
they
right?
should be. But everybody's
So
not. Just like everybody's not meant to be a CEO. People are meant to be workers. Everybody's not built to be a
I agree.
CEO.
I agree.
Some
I
people
agree on
don't
that.
are not well as leaders, and some do better as followers and leaders. But a lot of them are not good leaders, and I'm sorry, a lot.
But
And that's where,
I agree.
and that's where I say that when a man who's not a great leader finds a woman who is, they basically complete themselves. It's like she feels what he lacks and he feels what she lacks, and then they both they I that word got word. I swear to God, I'm gonna put that word in.
Kobe, show the leadership. Lead that to what you got trying to say.
I'm gonna go.
Listen to me now. Let me help you out with this.
Oh God, here you
Help her out
go.
with it.
Let me help you out.
Charmin's taking notes.
So this being said,
No, I was looking at the
So-
comments about Hitler. Go ahead.
I saw that too. That's how I was distracted. I was like, oh my God.
Hitler.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Where you see that at? Hold on.
He
Look
said,
at
Kobe. He said, Kobe, how long you been Hitler in your marriages? He's sending signals to the gas chamber.
Wait a minute. I'm looking for that comment to post it up.
It's at the bottom down there. It's toward the bottom.
Who wrote that comment?
Tweety. So unique.
I don't see it.
Tata, if you were to go to Kobe's school of woman rehabilitation, I swear to you, you would want to stay in Miami.
Woman her rehabilitation.
I've been here. Hold on.
I'm a woman rehabilitator. I'm telling you.
I'm afraid to ask. But
Don't ask.
no, I'm not.
Yeah.
But the fact that you think that I need rehabilitation is mind blowing to me.
Get out here, Tata.
What? Yes, but, did I give you any type of sign saying that I need rehab?
You need male rehabilitation.
Baby, I can get collagen whenever the hell I want.
Leader.
Baby, I can get collagen whenever the hell I want.
You need to understand men are the leader and they need to lead you. You will go to the promised land. I guarantee you.
They should be the leader. I totally agree.
Listen.
I think we all need counseling after this session.
Holy water.
Yeah, we all need rehabilitation after this podcast, including the comment people who think, "Oh Lord." Yo, guys, this has been a crazy special podcast. After everything last night, this one here made it up. I appreciate all of you. Farm, I'm gonna stay in contact with you. My producer is gonna call you because I gotta bring you back. Kobe,
yes, definitely.
You won't see me again, Cole. You won't see me again, Jumpstart. You won't see me again.
It's not like we see you now. It's not like we see you now.
They got a hit on me.
Listen, no, now I know why. You know what? I have a feeling now I know why his camera stopped automatically working.
His camera's not working.
So,
right.
So I'm gonna say we got to do a second part on this. We definitely got to do a second part on this.
Definitely.
You guys back because we're about that time. But I want to thank each and every one of you for helping me out on this podcast tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Charm, you got any shout outs? You want to give any shout outs to anybody before I let you go?
Nah, just everybody. Kobe, I love you and your dictatorship. I enjoyed everybody. So
Hi, Hitler. Charm, hopefully, I'll see you again in the podcast, but definitely August.
Okay, cool.
My birthday.
Oh, we're not going in the back room?
Our birthday.
Our birthday. Okay.
No back rooms tonight. Charm, thank you, Mama, my sister. I'll see you soon, and we're gonna be in touch with you very, very, very soon. I'm gonna have my producer call you. Just respect the phone call. I got you. Thank you, Charm. I'll see you later. Peace. And you, Kobe, you got any shout outs?
Miss Bartender, what up?
I don't want to know.
That's it.
But Kobe, thank you for jumping on today. I really do appreciate it. Having you on here, all jokes aside, thank you. You brought a lot of light, and you touched a lot of good subjects, and just like Charm did. So I appreciate you guys coming on. And don't be a stranger. Stop hiding behind a video because I could still find you. I could still find you. Little do you know that there's a little GPS drop somewhere in your location that I have access to. I'll find you, bro.
Oh, I'm in Miami.
I know.
And I want to say thank you to Kobe. Kobe, ever since I started all of this, he's always been an inspiration, been a teacher, been a real brother, never have let me down, always pushed me. And I want to thank you, Kobe, personally on air for everything you have done for me, bro. I appreciate you, and I got love for you, bro. And
thank you for the therapy session.
Thank
you for the therapy session.
Yeah, I'm going to counseling right now. Thank you, Kobe. And I ain't mad at you no more, bro. You still my number one guy.
I know you're not mad at me.
Nah, I'm not mad at you.
I know.
Thank you, Kobe. Love you, bro. Talk to you soon. Thank you for coming on to the show, bro. Thank you for everything, bro. and Tata. That was a crazy,
That was such
crazy,
a great show.
crazy.
I had so much fun meeting Charm and having Kobe on. Was the right thing to do, especially with this topic. This topic is just so much information, and it could attest to everybody's life. And everybody has their different opinions, and respectfully, we all listen to it. We listen and we don't judge. If he wants to become Hitler, hey, Hitler, more power to you. We still
More
love
power
you,
to you,
Kobe.
sir. And
Yeah,
for
we still
those
love you.
and for
Even
those
though
that
he
he
said
said,
I need therapy. Even though he said I need rehabilitation and I need therapy.
and,
And he wants me to stay in Miami. So he wants me to go to his rehab. So we'll see, but I don't think Miami is gonna keep me much longer. And
and I
Vinny,
also
Vinny, thank you for having being on here too.
thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Tweety, our producer. Thank
Yes,
you,
sweetie. No time
Sandra.
off today.
Sandra, my homegirl, she came on. Thank you for tuning in. I want to thank you, Vinny. Vinny came on a little too late. My man, my brother X, for tuning in. Thank you. I want to thank everybody that supported the podcast. We appreciate it. Go ahead, like and subscribe to our channel. We are working on a whole lot of things here. Sometimes things out, but that's what we try. You know what I mean? But we're gonna go back on Facebook, go on Instagram. We're gonna go on TikTok and YouTube, all that platforms and whatnot. Tata, you got any shout outs you want to say before you go?
No, just thank you for Charm again, and Kobe for joining us. Thank you, my brother, for having us all here today for this quick therapy session, because that's what it seemed like. It was great. Thank you for taking the time out of your Saturday. I know you need to jump off because you need to spend time with your family, and I hope that everybody has a safe holiday weekend. Please be
That's right.
safe. If you're gonna drink, stay home and drink. Don't drink and drive. The police is crazy
Yeah,
out. The weather is kind of iffy. So please be safe. Have lots of fun. Take a lot of pictures, because remember, tomorrow isn't promised, but today is. So
that's right.
live your life like if it was your last, and enjoy it to the fullest. And enjoy every single moment that you have with your family. So with that being said, my brother, I love you. Have fun.
Peace.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Tweety, have fun, my dear. I love you. Be good, everybody. Peace out.
Later, Tata. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank y'all for tuning into the Jump Podcast when no one's safe. As you saw, we had Kobe on here, we had Charm, and we had Tata and Vinny and everybody else that commented. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And till next time, y'all. Same bat time, same bat channel. Now you see why we pit bulls against chihuahuas, baby. And so next time, y'all. But here's a little prank here.
I call you back
And we
on
let y'all.
today. You calling me back or no?
Yes, Mrs. Chow. I got a situation here, Mrs. Chow.
Oh, Miss Chow, how help you?
Listen to me. I ordered some shrimp fried rice.
Oh, no shrimp fried rice. No shrimp fried rice here.
No shrimp fried rice. I ordered it, and you charged me $52 for 1 quart of shrimp fried rice and 1 egg roll. I
Oh,
mean,
egg roll. Where? Oh, yeah, we got egg roll. No shrimp fried rice. Only rice, no egg, no shrimp and no rice.
Miss
Only rice, no shrimp, no more shrimp left, and now only rice.
Chow, what are you doing? What are you
I who are
saying
taco
to me?
too. Who are your name?
My name is Jumpstart. I ordered some shrimp fried rice. You know what?
If
I
when you order.
I ordered like 5 minutes ago, and the food came 3 minutes ago. Like, yo, what kind of fast? What are you doing? What are you doing? Listen,
Okay, just hold on, moment. Let me look at your
no,
order. Okay, I look at
look.
your order.
All right, look at.
Oh, moment, one moment, please hold, please.
Can you hurry up? I got things to do. Will you hurry, Mrs. Chow?
Wait, let me.
Mrs. Chow.
Okay, we find your order. Jumpstart. I'll help you with the fried rice. No shrimp. Only fried rice, no shrimp only.
I wanted shrimp fried rice and the egg roll.
Shrimp fried rice, egg roll. You want shrimp fried rice, egg roll? You want one order?
No, I don't want to order again. I just told you I ordered. You guys delivered it, and it's the wrong order.
Oh, what order? You want order?
I ordered a shrimp fried rice and an egg roll. I got it. I ordered it 5 minutes ago, right? You told me 10 minutes. It did come in 10 minutes, okay? The thing is, when it didn't come shrimp fried rice or an egg roll. On top of that, you charged me $52 for an order that I never ordered.
Oh, order no shrimp fried rice?
I did. I did order a
Okay.
shrimp fried rice. You never gave me a shrimp fried rice.
Okay, how many order? You only want one order or two order? A two order with egg roll?
You people.
That's $52. That's $52.
Is you crazy? I am not paying $52 for this.
Oh well, you tell your president. You tell your president. He make things go up. Thing order and money. And money for the business.
Let me ask you a question. Where do you get your rice from?
My rice?
Yeah,
I grow my rice. I grow my rice at home.
and you grow your rice at home?
In my country.
I don't want Chinese rice. I want American rice. Made here.
American rice.
I don't know.
Oh no, we don't do that. We don't do that. But I give you next time order. I give you 2 egg roll and I'll give you
No, how you know I'm gonna be alive next order? How you know I'm not gonna die today? With everything going on, World War III, and now China is saying they want to fight Americans. I know you're not gonna chop some cat around there and serve it to me. You and Mr. Chow or something.
I saw your order not right for you. I sorry your order not right for you. I help you next time.
No,
you want
help me next time. I want you to help me now.
Okay, what you want from me?
You know,